A man is being executed, neither with a sword nor with a rope, but slowly. His skin is being cut from his body while he is still alive. And the worst part, this wasn't done in secret. It was ordered by a king as a lesson. This is one of the most disturbing scenes ever painted. And it was meant to be seen every single day. This is the Judgment of Cambyses, painted in 1498 by the Flemish artist Gerard David. It's not a single image, but a diptych, two panels that tell one continuous story. On the left, the crime and the arrest. On the right, the punishment. Together, they form a complete narrative, direct, brutal, unavoidable. The story comes from ancient Persia. A judge named Sisamnes had accepted a bribe. He sold justice. When the king, Cambyses II, discovered this, he made an example of him. Sisamnes was arrested, condemned, and then flayed alive. His skin was cut from his body, piece by piece. But the punishment didn't end there. Cambyses ordered that the judge's skin be used to cover the seat of the courtroom. And then he appointed Sisamnes' own son as the new judge. A constant reminder, judge fairly, or suffer the same fate. On the left panel, the scene is structured and controlled. Sisamnes sits elevated, surrounded by officials, still occupying his role as judge. The composition reinforces his authority. He is central, composed, and outwardly calm. But that authority is already collapsing. Soldiers enter from the side, interrupting the order of the scene. Their movement breaks the symmetry, signaling that justice is no longer in his hands. What's striking is the lack of visible resistance. There is no chaos, no struggle. The arrest feels procedural, as if the system is simply correcting itself. Then we move to the right panel. Here, the composition becomes far more direct and confrontational. Sisamnes is stretched across a wooden frame, his body exposed and horizontal, completely stripped of authority. Where he once sat upright as a judge, he now lies powerless. The executioners are positioned with precision. Their gestures are controlled, almost methodical, as they carry out the act. There is no emotional intensity on their faces, only focus, which makes the scene even more unsettling. And in the background, David introduces the final detail that ties the narrative together. A new judge sits in the courtroom. The chair beneath him is covered in human skin. Compositionally, this creates a visual echo, the past punishment directly supporting the present authority. Justice continues, but now it is literally built on the body of the man who failed it. This painting wasn't made for a museum. It was commissioned for a courthouse in Bruges. Judges would see this every day, before they made decisions, before they passed judgment. It wasn't decoration, it was a warning, a message from authority. Justice must be pure, because corruption will not be forgiven, and the consequences will be extreme. At first glance, this looks like a story about justice, punishment for corruption, but if you look closer, it becomes something else. This isn't justice as we understand it today, it's power. Cambyses doesn't just punish the crime, he makes an example out of it. The brutality is deliberate, public, and impossible to forget, because fear works. And that's the tension at the heart of the painting. Is justice truly being upheld, or is it being enforced through terror? The painting forces us to confront something uncomfortable. We like to believe justice is fair, measured, rational, but throughout history, justice has often been shaped by power, by rulers, by those who decide what is right, and how it is enforced. In the Judgment of Cambyses, justice doesn't just correct wrongdoing, it sends a message, one that cannot be ignored. So here's the question: is this true justice, or is it fear disguised as justice?